There's this guy called Jack Maynard, who's a YouTuber, and he was kicked off of... I now know he was kicked off of this TV show called I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, which is a reality show that I really like, where they get a bunch of celebrities, they put them in the jungle, in the Australian jungle, and they have to do tasks. They just have to live there for like weeks, and every day they have a task to do, and if the people call in to vote on who should do the task, if they win the task, they get food for the camp so that everyone's happy, and if they fail, then, oh, everyone's gonna start getting grumbly, and there's like drama. It's like really, really quite good setting for a reality show, the only reality show I've ever really liked. And this guy, Jack Maynard, was on it, and it was, you know, new, very new for him to be a YouTuber on, you know, a show like that. I don't know whether there'd been, like, YouTubers on other shows before. Well, I guess the Tester. That's the only other one I can think of, and he was also, like, shoved out of the way. Like, I don't like you, Aaron Hansen. Fuck you. And this Jack Maynard guy, he's like a vlogger. He's got millions of views, subscribers, like people, you know, it's like that sort of like, oh yeah, I'm a vlogger, I'm going to talk to the camera, I don't really like that kind of content, but the important thing is not whether I like the content, it's the fact that he was kicked off the show for something he said 5 or 6 years ago on Twitter. He said the N-word. Nigger. He said nigger. It's obvious that the reason for him getting kicked off is because old media is like, no, we can't have a YouTuber be legitimized on television. We have to find something to fucking kill him. We have to stab him in the gut with tweets that he made when he was fucking 15. I don't know how old he is, but 5 or 6 years ago. You know, he's a young guy, he's a vlogger. He can't have been that old. And he kind of imagined that he would be a big YouTube star on TV. But even then, other people on the show have said, like, homophobic slurs on Twitter, you know, just because it's the sort of thing you say occasionally, whether you mean it or not. You just said the word, you know how fucking words are. They looked for a word that they could say, he said the N-word, and then he was kicked off because everyone was scared. And you know, if you go to a company and say, this guy said the N-word, he did, his proof he said the N-word at some point in the world, you don't want to be the company, the TV broadcaster that says, well, we're okay with that, so you have to kick him off. Of course they didn't say this, nobody's explaining why, and when I looked it up I found people saying that this is probably what it is. No proof, but what else could it be? And what else would it be? Media, the old guard, wants YouTubers and stuff like that destroyed. They want no legitimization, they want no attempt for anybody to be able to think of YouTubers as anything but scum. And, you know, that ties into the whole, like, net neutrality thing that's going on same time. Like, you know, what are they doing? Money, yeah, but also, it's easy to get, like, all these old guard mainstream media conglomerates on your side when you're saying, you know, these YouTubers, you know, they're stealing all of our profits, they're stealing all of the audience, and we can't control them, they're just people, we can't control these people, we have to shut them down. And now they're going to destroy the entire internet as we know it, just so that they can, you know, get 7 yachts instead of 6. It just annoys me. But what can you do about it? Nothing. The thing I'm thinking though, like the whole net neutrality thing, I'm trying to think of the positives, and the only one I can think of is Google. They have Google Fiber, right? They have their own internet providing system. It's a hard wire that they have to get built into the street, but it still exists. And I'm thinking, I would like them to be able to, like, if net neutrality, you know, it's now gonna be that if you're with, I don't even know who these people are, Comcast, Verizon, AT&T, all American companies, I probably won't actually be affected by it, but American YouTubers who are trying to make things will be affected, so I will be affected in that I can't see what they're making because they won't be able to make anything. But these, you know, big evil companies are going to be probably, you know, we can only assume that what they're doing is to just squeeze as much money out of people as possible. What they're going to try and do is give, like, you know, buddy up with the right sort of people, like, hey, Netflix, we won't charge you extra for your bandwidth, so you can still be, but if we, you know, we've got a thing going now, so, you know, if you fuck with us, we'll fuck with you, you know. So they're probably going to try and buddy up with the big guys, maybe YouTube, but they're going to, like, anything of this kind of thing, like pornography in general, maybe just like the bandwidth will be gone, any porn site will be under attack in terms of not being able to stream what they want, and they can't upload it to Netflix or anything because Netflix is Netflix, and YouTube is not allowed in pornography. Anything. It's just going to be like, no longer will you be able to just make a site and host the things you want to host with the right amount of money. You need an extra big amount of money if it's something that the you know, the big internet service providers don't want you to be showing. But then the optimistic viewpoint is that they do that, and that allows, you know, markets to sort of, you know, change. Like, I don't know how possible this is, especially in America, because all I hear about the American internet is that it's a monopoly and nobody can fucking escape, and nobody has any fucking choice in what internet service they get, which, you know, that's the main thing. But consider the idea that if all these people are charging you extra, and then there's this other company that isn't charging you extra because they don't... Net neutrality doesn't mean you have to charge more, it just means you can for certain types of content. So if Google, you know, with their huge bucks, if they decided to make an alternative to all this shit that nobody would like ever, and they decided to be like, well, we're gonna stay neutral even though net neutrality is gone, that's gonna be a big selling point, and a lot of websites that can't get through on this are going to then buddy up with Google, and it's going to be Google... It's a loud plane. It's going to be Google, I mean, not necessarily Google, but I'm imagining Google because they're huge. Google plus everything in the internet versus Comcast, Verizon, and the big corporate evil people. It's not a winning battle. It's not obviously a winning battle on this side, but it's a hopeful sort of outlook. Because I don't know what I can do about it. I can call Congress, but the Congress, I don't know. I'm English. I don't really have a say. You have a say if you're in America, but like it's probably already happened. It's just like it keeps coming back. It'll keep coming back, but once it's gone. Once net neutrality is gone, all we can really hope for is that these people, these big evil companies, will lose business because alternatives that aren't being as fucking evil will be there for everybody else to go to. You know, at the moment, it really just depends on what's nearby. Like, what infrastructure there is. Well, the only thing nearby me is AT&T, so I guess I'll do that. I don't know how internet works in America, I really don't, so maybe that's far too optimistic, but hopefully, you know, I'd back Google, because Google has some sort of I mean, they kinda care. They kinda care. I'd like to think Google cares about the fact that it has YouTube as a thing, and it's good and people like it. I'd like to imagine that they won't become Comcast in order to compete with them. It really just comes down to what evil guy is, what crazy idiot is right at the top. It's like, you know, their values echo down to everything that comes afterwards. Like, if you're the leader of all the internet service providers, and you know, you're devoutly Christian, then anything not good in terms of like that will be blocked through the whole internet, or at least wherever your power reaches. But if that exact same company has a person who likes equality in information, then it wouldn't even be a problem. And that's why we have to kill all the Christians.